being recorded at the same time as the last one. Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we made it through, well, pretty much breezed through the adult half of the Spirit Temple in one fell swoop, except for the first 3 rooms. And we dealt with an Iron Knuckle Guard and the Mirror Shield, and we used the Mirror Shield to get into the boss chamber, where Nabooru was being controlled by Koume and Kotake, and turned her into an Iron Knuckle that we had to fight. But in this episode, we're going to avenge her death from being sent to the Spirit Realm by taking out these bloody witches. But beforehand, we need to do some preparation, and by what I mean by preparation is just switch to the Master Sword. You'll save yourself a lot of hassle when it comes to blocking and you have your sword actually drawn. But other than that, go through the door that's behind the boss chamber to go to the true boss chamber. Shocking, I know. 2 bosses at once, even though one of them was a mini-boss, technically. We can get up here. Yeah, I'm lazy. Sue me. Actually, don't sue me. That'd be terrible. I'm such a jokester. And this is my favourite boss battle in the game, by the way. I love this boss fight. It is a little bit annoying when you got to do a 3-heart run, but you know, look at that stupid kid. He came on his own himself as a sacrifice to the great Ganondorf. With my flame, I will burn him to the bone! Fiery hair. She's like Hades. With my thrust, I will freeze him to his soul. That's kind of the gimmick. One of them's ice and one of them's fire. Ice cools down fire, fire melts the ice. It's a battle with the elements, and this is Sorceress Sisters Twinrova. Fun fact, these are actually the mother of Ganondorf, which is kind of funny because they're actually working for Ganondorf. That's how much they love their son. Anyway, these Gerudo witches can sometimes be a pain. You gotta watch them both and make sure you're targeting the one that's charging first. Right, she's charging first, and you want to get your shield and just block the beam. And then you want to lock onto the other one, if possible, and direct the beam towards her, and it did not hit. That's kind of the gimmick. You just got to bounce the elemental beam to the opposite sister. The easiest way to do it, like I said, target the one that's firing, then target the one that is weak to that element while she is still firing. That's not the one that's firing. Turn. Okay, if you can't turn around or lock onto one quick enough, get the hell out of there. You see that well, yeah. You see that ice? Well, it's actually gone through the wall. That's kind of funny. But if you get hurt by the ice, you're going to get frozen and your health is going to fall extremely fast. As in, like, you're going to lose like 2 hearts a second if you don't mash buttons. With the fire, it's pretty much the same thing, but you'll be jinxed from items a little, and yeah, you'll also be taking massive damage. Because that fire, even though it looks bright red, I mean, that's the reddest fire I've ever seen, actually, in gameplay. Other than in Pokemon, because you know, anime style. Wait, come on! You serious? When they're right on top of each other like that, you should just be able to target the other witch and hit her. But that time it didn't happen. It's just luck based if it actually hits, to be honest. I did not hit that. Get out of there! Oh bloody hell! And no, you can't shoot them with the arrows, and you can't hit them with the hook shot. You can't hit them with anything else other than. Well, you can't really hit them with anything, really. You just got to bounce their own weapons against them. That's pretty much how this entire boss battle works. I know I said that you should switch to the Master Sword, because if you have it drawn out, that could cause problems. And I don't know where she is. Oh, there she is. See, that's kind of the trouble with this boss fight. You don't know where they are until after they fired. Okay, I want to block this, and she's right behind me. How am I supposed to direct it like that? That's impossible. Okay, I'm getting really bad formations here because I can't do nothing at the moment. And every time I do get a good formation, it kind of blows up in my face. She's gonna fire, isn't she? Yes, she is. Okay, let's move back a bit. Where's the other sister? Sister? Sister Act? Yeah, there we go, we got her. Sometimes it's good to do it manually because you have more control in your direction that way. But obviously targeting makes it go directly to her. Sometimes the beam gets left behind because you move so fast. Maybe I can show it off here. And when they fire, it's also a good idea to move backwards, because sometimes when you're blocking and they're right above you, sometimes your shield won't protect you and they'll get a headshot or something and it will affect you. And she's right behind me, isn't she? Shit. Ooh. No matter how much health you have, it's always a good idea to dodge. Even though it's kind of a given in the first place. Who wants to take damage? But you can't really afford to mess up that many times in this boss battle. Oh, I blocked it. Shit. If you do block the beam and then you let go of your shield, you'll just get knocked down. You won't take any other damage. But it will do 2 hearts because you've just made a whole force go right in your face after being stopped. Kinetic energy does build up. Got her. Doesn't matter which one you hit, you just gotta hit the sisters 3 times. It doesn't matter who you hit 3 times, if it's a combination of one gets hit 3 times, or one of them 2, one of them 1. It doesn't matter, as long as you get 3 clean hits, you'll be able to go on to the next phase, which I think we're going to right now. No? Okay, 4 hits. Maybe it has to be miscounted. I must have miscounted. Okay, come on, fire. Get it, fire. Hooper duper. Hyper beam. Hyper beam and ice beam. There we go. Okay, let's get serious now, Kotake. Okay, Koume. Kotake and Koume's double dynamite attack. And that's the true form of Ganondorf's mum. Shocking. Do I still have my hookshot out? Okay, this phase. Basically, she's going to now shoot different elemental balls at you. And then if you block it with your shield, notice that you've got a charge building up. You've got to absorb 3 of the you've got to store 3 of the same element at once. If you break the chain, your shield's going to explode. And if you do not break the chain and block all of them, ice breath, icy wind, and jump attack, and now you just want to do some stabs to get some multiple jump attack damage onto her. Get her in the pelvis. It's kind of suggestive, as you can see right there what I'm doing. Once she gets back up, get out of there, and now you just got to repeat. So now she's going to be changing up her tactics. Normally it's 3 elements, then then 3 of the other element. But soon it's going to be like 2 fires, 2 ice, 2 fires, 2 ice, and you got to wait a couple of times. Or it'll be 2 element, 1 element, 1 element, 2 element. That is, as you saw right there, I got hit there, and I am still taking damage. Shit, shit, shit. You see how much damage that attack did, and I only got hit by it once. Very devastating. And I did mess up on getting the elements because I got fire because I was too busy explaining, and my shield exploded on me, and yeah, I took extra damage because of that. So I just lost a good 6 hearts in one fell swoop right there. Pretty bad. She's a tough customer. Bloody hell, look at that. You can tell that fire is hot. God's sake, give me some ice, because that's what I have charged. I think I've got 2 at this moment. May I just say, this fight looks amazing in 3D. So if you're playing the 3DS version, good on you. But if you're going to do the boss replay mode, I would warn you. You don't exactly have the most health there. I did not see that coming. I thought that was an ice one. I tried to dodge, but I jumped right into it. Thankfully, because I jumped, I didn't get affected by the after effects that were on the floor. But yeah, even if you don't mess up on a combo, if you take damage, you lose your charge, as you saw right there. So now I'm getting ice again, but that would have been the final one if I didn't get hit. Okay, get that. Like I said, doesn't matter what element, as long as you get 3 of any element, you can hit her with it. Fire and ice don't matter because obviously she's fused, she's using both elements, you can use both elements. That's a fire, get out of there! 2 backflips should be enough. So really, this is just a game of patience and luck, really. Hope that you get the elements you need and if the witches are in the right place. And yeah, patience because you've actually got to be lucky in order to make it happen. So far we've been going on for 10 minutes with this boss fight. There's not really much to say at this point. This is pretty much how every run on Twinrova goes. So there's nothing special here. A good thing that I can say though is that Twinrova isn't just in this game. I mean, obviously Koume and Kotake appear in Zora's mask. Oh, make sure you're on target by the way to make the jump, because otherwise you're just going to fall. And there we go, beat her. And they also appear as a boss in All Core of Ages and Seasons, the second part. That means use the password to go into the second part of the story. You do one, use a password, then you do the other with that password. This is an Oracle series, this is Ocarina of Time. Let's get back to this cutscene. And another funny cutscene ensues. Shoot, what a fresh kid. This time we'll get serious, right, Kotake? I'm not pressing any buttons here. Wait! Hey, Koume, what is that above your head? Huh? I don't know, but you have one over your head too, Kotake. But I'm only 400 years old! I'm only 380 years old! We're twins, don't try to lie about your age! You must have gone senile! Who are you calling senile? Is that how you treat your older sister? We are twins, how can you be older? See how heartless you are! How can you be so ungrateful? You're heartless! You're ungrateful! We'll come back to haunt you! I love the humour these two give to the table. But anyway, jump to one of the other pillars that do not have to warp to get the heart container. Only one more heart container to go, and we know where that is. That's in the Shadow Temple, because we've already got all the heart pieces outside of dungeons. Huzzah! Give me all that health back, thank you very much. Pretty much how a typical boss goes. I mean, normally I can do that without taking any damage at all. I just got a little bit unlucky there. It's kind of how it goes, considering that I was trying to explain how the boss works. Wasn't trying to show anything of it, just got kind of unlucky. Hopefully that won't happen in the free heart run. I can do it. But yes, we're done. So, who have we rescued in the Chamber of Sages now? I mean, so far it's been everyone that we've met as a kid, including Impa, which we already know is the Sage of the Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple even. But, guess who we met as a kid right before we did all this crap? Nabooru, of course! Every sage we have met as a kid and is a sage. Like I said, we already know that Impa's the Shadow Temple one because she told us herself. Kid, let me thank you. Look what a little kid has become in the past 7 years. A competent swordsman. By the way, I really messed up. I was brainwashed by those old witches and used by Ganondorf to his evil will. But isn't it funny that a person like me could turn out to be the Sage of Spirit? And now, I'm going to fight them as one of the 6 sages. I'm going to pay them back for what they did to me. Isn't it kind of ironic that we have a Gerudo sealing a member of our own race? I find that kind of funny. Because remember, no humans or Hylians are involved in the sages so far. Well, maybe Rauru, but who knows where he is. He's the only one we didn't meet as a kid, actually. Kid? No. Scatlink, the hero of time. Instead of keeping the promise I made back then, I give you this medallion. Take it. I have obtained another huge novelty coin. You received the Spirit Medallion. Nabooru awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Hell yes. But if only I knew you would become such a handsome man. I should have kept the promise I made back then. Remember what the promise was. I'll do something good for you, kid. What was she going to do when we grew up? That itself is an innuendo right there. It could mean anything. But enough of that. We're done with the Spirit Temple. We don't need to be here anymore. Now, we have the Silver Gauntlets, and we has Mirror Shield. And you know what? I can actually be in my red tunic again. Hey! And I can also have my big bronze sword back. Thank you very much. And now, we've got a couple more minutes. Well, we've got a few more minutes to spare Icy Uguay. So I'm going to get out of here right now. And what we're going to do is go get the final bunch of gold skulltulas right now before we start the Shadow Temple in the next episode, hopefully. Because that's all we got to get outside of dungeons, gold skulltulas. It's crazy. Let's do so. So, while I'm warping to the graveyard, I will see you outside of Gerudo Valley at Hyrule Field, because even though I could have got that one under the boulder when we were on our way there to rescue the Carpenters, which was the episode Solid Link, I thought it better to leave it here because I can just pick up the boulder. How did you get over there? You can't swim. And I'm back. Okay. So now I've pretty much looped my way all the way back to Gerudo Valley. I know, well, some people might actually just go through normally, but I thought about warping because it was just quicker and I didn't want to make my way back through the Haunted Wasteland. So let me get off Epona right here. By the way, I'm leaving her here just in case if something happens. I remember now I needed to use the hammer to get rid of this, but I didn't think about it. But I think I could pick up this rock as well. No, I can't. Okay, I was wrong about that. I do need the hammer. Because this is the last gold skulltula of Hyrule Field. So once you've smashed the rock away with the hammer, then you have to place a bomb, which is why we heard the ding-a-ling-a-ling last time. Like that. Grab the rupee. Well, that rupee was literally over the hole. How does that make sense? Fall down. Now we should have Din's Fire. I should have put that on to begin with, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Burn, baby, burn! And it burns, 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 the ring of fire. I've been singing that a lot this LP. And when you hit this thing, basically these gossip stones with Din's Fire, this happens. Nothing else. It's kind of weird. Anyway, just to prepare for later on, I need to equip that, and well, I already have Epona with me, so I guess that's okay. I can just do that then. Cool. Because I need the hook shot to get the gold skulltula, which I believe is with this cow. There it is, right behind the cow. 1, 2. Last gold skulltula of Hyrule Castle obtained. Huzzahs. And now I'm going to meet you back to Zora's Fountain. No matter how long you wait or what you do in this bloody game, Zora's Domain is not going to thaw out when you're an adult. Story of our lives. And we're at Zora's Fountain. There we go. Okay, now what we got to do is head all the way back to where the Great Fairy was. In this area where that, you know, the one that gave us Foray's Wind, which we haven't used that much actually. I did try to show it off, I'm honest with you, to be honest. Whatever. I'm kind of trying to make stuff on the spot. You see that little alcove out there? That's not like a sticking out stone or a weird patch of texture. That is actually an alcove. Everybody thought that, well, everybody that doesn't go for like the gold skulltulas always think that is something to do with the beta. But no, that's not exactly true. You see this rock here that we couldn't blow up before? Well, with silver rocks you can pick them up with the silver gauntlets. You can't move though, and you look kind of squatted and crushed while holding it. But chuck it and whoa! Boom! There's a hole that we've uncovered. Drop down to it and equip your Lens of Truth. There's some magic here in case if you need it. A few arrows as well in case you need to snipe them. But you can also use the hook shot because these things are invisible. And yes, they will ambush you if you don't already have it equipped. There is 5 in this one tunnel alone. 4 down here, 1 at the very top. Just roll up here so I can go get the next one. Target, that'll just be easier. Sorted. Thank you. Actually, I could use that arrow because I'm down 1 arrow. Yes, I'm pedantic. Ignore me. You can't hook shot up here, so that's kind of annoying. We're just going to have to climb up the old-fashioned way. Luckily, this isn't too big of a ladder because we're already halfway up, so no problems there. But like I said, keep your Lens of Truth equipped while climbing because you want to be ready for when that skulltula shows up. And I have been a complete and total idiot. I came up here and it's not night time. So I'm going to have to do all of this again. I'm such an idiot. I'll be back in a second. Gotta go round the post again. Got to swim to the other side of the fountain again. Gotta kill the Tektite again. Pick up the boulder again. Try to get in the hole again. Okay, Link, stop that. Thank you. Equip the Lens of Truth again. Kill the skulltulas again. climb the massive ladder again. And finally, we're back at the top, and I forgot that this one at the top isn't invisible, so excuse me. And you know what else I've noticed? We're off the map. Look at me! Look at the arrow! Woohoo! Oh, spinning doesn't actually spin you on the map. Never noticed. Anyway, enough of that derpiness. Here he is, just sitting on the wall of the alcove, and there we go. We've got all the skulltulas of Zora's Fountain. So, we pretty much got all the skulltulas now, almost. We're down to 6. 5 of them are in the Shadow Temple, because for dungeons that are named as temples always have 5. That's kind of the thing that we've been running into, if you haven't already noticed. Thought that was a little bit interesting. But yeah, the last 5 are in the Shadow Temple, so where's the final one? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out once we beat the Shadow Temple. For now, though, I think that'll just about do it. So, in the next episode, guys, we will start on the Shadow Temple. We're getting 2 dungeons done almost one after another. See you guys then!